going through my journal. Sometimes I just want to see, I just want to view myself from, I want to view my brain and my thinking. I want to remember things because as the days march on, it's hard to keep track. It's hard to keep track of your accomplishments. It's hard for me to keep track of my accomplishments. Who said that? I think it was Iyanla Vanzant when she says, "Stop externalizing, not you. Talk about yourself and say I." So I let me take ownership. I just want to remember, like, what was I thinking? What was I going through? How was I processing that? How was I talking to myself? Because sometimes the inner talk is the enemy, you know. Sometimes that self-talk is that's the that's the conflict. And so I know I haven't been very nice to myself. And so sometimes I just want to go back and see. I just want to go back and see. And so something else I wrote, it says I wrote this September 8th, 2024. And I don't know, I haven't read it through all the way. So I don't even know if this is finished or if it makes sense. But I remember writing it. It says, I remember as a child the first time I consciously understood that I had so many hobbies and passions and interests, but felt conflict in trying to choose an identity. Mm. And I put choose in quotations. I remember thinking, like, as a kid, I knew that I was going to be like a teacher in some way. But I also like dance and I also like to have fun. And I mean, I knew that as I got older. Like, I like to have fun and I like to dance. I like to, um, like, we used to play basketball all the time. Like, there's so many things I like to do. How can I be all of that in one? Like, as a child, I'm thinking about image and like, does this go together? And why am I thinking about that as a child? But I remember thinking that, like, how does this all mesh together? Is this cohesive? Is this possible? Do I need to choose? So, I remember as a child the first time I consciously understood that I had so many hobbies and interests and passions, but felt conflict in trying to choose an identity. But what do I want to be? All those things do not go together, and I can't be all these things. And it makes sense. Where did I get that from? Mm. Where did I get that from? Why was I thinking that way so young and for so long? Oof. My adult self now understands that we can do and be and experience all that our spirit enjoys. And that has nothing to do with anyone outside of this personal and intimate experience. Hold on. My adult self now understands that we can do slash be slash experience all that our spirit enjoys. And that has nothing to do with anyone outside of this personal and intimate experience. Nothing you do has to make sense to anyone else. Mm. The secret to life lies right here in the true desires of your child self and those things in which joy is priceless and immeasurable. It's like sometimes when I read things, I'm like, girl, that was good. The secret to life lies right there in the true desires of your child self, of your inner child, and those things in which joy and those things, or maybe I mean to say, the secret to life lies right there in the true desires of your inner child, and in those things which joy is priceless and immeasurable, something like that. I know what I mean. Those things that we wanted and liked and loved as kids, that was pure. That was us. And those are the things that stick. Those things that I loved as a kid, that has not changed. I have expanded and learned other things and got into other things, but those core hobbies and passions, they have never left me. And those things are things in which I feel bring me joy, and they are priceless and immeasurable. I cannot deny parts of myself for someone else's comfort. Let me be present enough to expand, broaden, widen the mind of my son so he knows all of who he is can coexist as long as he has the vision. I know I wrote that somewhere else where I said, let us not ask our children, whether they're ours or not, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I think the approach that I want to take is just not making sure that I'm not boxing anybody in. What things do you like doing? Not what do you want to be, as if you have to be that and only that for your whole life. That is the trick of the enemy. No. And I also wrote, remember the either or fallacy is a fallacy. People always try to tell you choose this or that. It don't have to be one or the other. The either or fallacy is a fallacy. And don't forget that. Don't forget that. I'm so glad I read this again. I cannot deny parts of myself for someone else's comfort. Remember, the either or fallacy is a fallacy. Yeah, this is. I also wrote, it all makes sense because each fragment derives from you. Each piece of you that seems to not go together, each part of you that seems to not make sense, it does because it's a part of you. Each fragment makes up your being. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. You can coexist as you are. Loving to paint and garden and sew and do DIY projects and thrift and, flip things and sell them. Whatever it is. You're a nurse and on the side, you still like to, paint and create art and knit. Like, do it. Do it. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. It's not your job to try to make sense to everybody. Let this be the reminder. Let this passage be your reminder that nothing you do has to make sense to anyone else. The secret to life lies right there in the true desires of your inner child and in those things in which bring you joy, because those things are priceless and immeasurable.